All right, guys, what's going on? No Rain, No Rainbows podcast. Glad you're with us today. Andrej Suttles joining me once again. What's going on, man?
How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Today's topic, we're going to talk about something that we both kind of undertake. We undertook this, and we find it really important. We figured anybody out there that's listening, big goals in their lives, they want to accomplish stuff. It's something that's important in terms of saving time, saving money. We're talking about mentorship. We're talking about coaching. Andre, you know, both of us, we've been lucky enough to have good mentors in our life, good coaches help us kind of get to our goals. What would you say is the biggest benefit of having a good coach and a good mentor?
I would say really it's the amount of time you save and the knowledge you can learn, how much you can grow from it. It's crazy how, you know, I've always been a people person. It's not really about what you know, because who you know is going to tell you what you need to know. So I really think it's the growth aspect of it, just the potential. The word potential is huge. It's that 1%, knowing that having that mentor, having someone he's gonna help you achieve that 1%. You know, do the little things that people may not want to do.
Yeah.
Probably gonna text you he might text you at 11 something and be like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah. And you think about all the knowledge you can get from people. And to be clear, there's so many different types of mentors and coaches you can get. One thing you said, not necessarily what you know, but who you know. Who you know is huge. And for a lot of people, and if you're listening to this and you don't know enough people, it's really about kind of putting yourself out there. I think step one, when people say they want to find a mentor, they want to find someone to coach them, they don't know who to talk to. Anybody and everybody.
There's definitely a difference in, you know, a mentor and then someone who holds you accountable. You know, there's those people, there's those friends, you know, your good friends who are, they're going to definitely, you know, keep you on the right track, motivate you. Those fun friends who are going to, you know, tell you everything you're doing is positive. Those are those people who always back you, but you need someone who's going to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. Yeah. That no, it's wrong, but that's okay. Yeah. Just run with me, you know, believe me when I say that. And that's where like a mentor, you know, mentorship it's huge. I like to use, you know, blind faith with mentorships with mentors, because it's crazy how, you know, when you select your mentor, reach out to these people that are, you know, attract you, the positive type people, it's, you want what they have and you don't even really know what all they have in a way, you know? Yeah. But it's that uncertainty that keeps you going. Is like, well, how great can I be? Like imagine your mentor at age 40 and then take a step back from the entire situation and, you know, have that mentor for 10 years. Imagine where you'll be at in 40. Yeah. It's like, if you're not past him, he failed, you failed. Yeah. And that's real. That's such a great point though, because a lot of people think to themselves, why do I need a life coach? Why do I need a mentorship in business? If you think about it, when we're in elementary school, high school, every extracurricular activity we do has a mentor or a coach. Football, a leader of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah. Football. You want to be on the football field. You have a defensive line coach. You have a D-back coach. You have a head coach. You have a staff to help you play football. You have a complete staff of teachers to help you learn the education. Everything you do in life is filled with guidance and coaching. And then when we graduate, we go into the real life and you think of the audacity to think, I got this all figured out. Right. We don't.
We don't at all. It's crazy. And that's crazy. It's a great way to put it in perspective. And, you know, whenever you're growing up, you're plugged into those positions. If you think about it, you know, you want to play sports, you sign up at an organization and you're assigned a coach. Or, you know, you have to go to school. So you have teachers, you have class periods that you're assigned. You know, if you're a math major, you're going to be more with the math professors. You're going to be in that field, so to say, but you're plugged in. People plug you in, so to say. And I guess the difference with mentorship is it requires initiative. Yeah. It literally requires initiative of the person looking for the mentor, the person who needs the mentorship. 9 times out of 10, the great mentors don't go looking for people to mentor. Yeah. Because it's not worth their effort. It's not worth their time. They want the people who have invested in themselves. They want the people who took an initiative, who want more for their future, but don't quite have it figured out. But they know that if they listen, if they have that student mentality, if they focus, if they have that ambition, and literally run with blind faith, that things will come. It'll all come together.
And that's really important to say that in terms of going from being plugged into those positions to having to plug yourself in. Because I think the very first step in finding a mentor, finding a coach is check your ego. Check 100%. Your ego at the door. Because you literally have to reach out to somebody else and say, you're doing what I want to do, or you can teach me to do what I want to do. And I need you to tell me when I'm wrong. I need you to tell me I don't have it figured out. That's a hard pill for some people to swallow.
Hard. And there's times where I'll be talking to my mentor. I mention my mentor a lot, Charles, and I'll be talking to him and I ask him questions, multiple questions, like 2-3 questions back to back. And then like he'll answer them back to back to back real quick, like bam, 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 bam. And it's like, wow. And then I sit back and look, I take like a step back from the entire situation. Like I try to figure out the why behind the why. And then when you think you figure it out, just think why one more time, go deeper, just go a little bit deeper. So I try to take a step back from my entire situation. I'm like, why am I asking him 6 questions? Like he knows, like, why did I just waste that time asking those 6 questions, but knowing that he answered them so quickly. And it's the fact that now I'm more knowledgeable. Now I'm better educated on that subject to where when I'm put in that position, and the kid I'm mentoring asks me those questions and I can respond, bam, 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 bam. And he knows that I know this, that it's not something that I just Googled. This is something coming from the heart. This is something from my past experiences, something that cost me time, effort, money. This is my life that I'm sharing with you versus words.
And that's awesome because when you're talking to a mentor like that, Charles, he's like, look, I've done this already. Yeah. I've been here before. I know what's going on. I don't know if you've heard Tai Lopez's TED Talk about the rule of 33%, where he says you spend 33% of your time with somebody who's ahead of where you want to be, another 33% with people who are on par with where you want to be, and the other 33% with someone who's not there yet, and you want to take on mentees. I think that's important because a lot of times we talk about learning the different skills and acquiring different skills and getting to certain levels. But you really don't know what you're doing unless you can teach it, right? So if you can have the mentors that you're following and then you have those that are on your level, you can also teach others one level below you to kind of just reiterate it to yourself and make sure that, okay, I got a grasp on this. Yeah. And I know it well enough to make it
to give
simple
back
for somebody else.
To make it easy. Yeah. And that's it's really crazy because I've noticed I've been doing more mentorship since I've, gained, a mentor. And it's like, it feels good. It's like literally when you get done, it's like you're coming from the heart. You can see these kids grow. You can see, I work with a guy named Gio. He's a real estate agent and he's a realtor, and it's crazy because like he's in it, full commission, in it, working, grinding. And, he's texting me, hey man, how do you stay focused on this, and this? I'm like, look, bro, you're where you're supposed to be in life. Yeah. Trust me, this is supposed to be hard right now. You're supposed to be flipping or eating those fried bologna sandwiches right now. Trust me on that. Trust me. Go ahead and put another slice on the stove, man. Go ahead and treat yourself. Yeah. But and it's crazy because that's literally what Charles told me when I'm sitting there like, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for so and so. And it's like, it's part of the process. You're supposed to not know to make you think, to make you innovate, to make you take more initiative.
Man, that's huge because, you're literally talking about the risk factor. And a lot of entrepreneurs and risk takers, they're one and the same. And they have to be willing to eat the fried bologna sandwiches, the ramen noodles, and really kind of invest in their future. Correct. With the uncertainty. That's the big thing. I
just that 1%, right?
You imagine so many people who kind of, they hop into college debt. They go to college and then they get an internship with no guarantee of the future, but they have that planned out. But when you talk about, hey, let's stay in this 1-bedroom apartment. Correct. Let's, eat 3 meals of fried bologna sandwiches for about 6 months to a year, stack paper or invest in a business. That doesn't
upgrade
have
all the
guarantee.
Equipment, make sure you have everything. And that's the thing when a lot of people, want to start a business. It's okay for you not to have everything together when you start a business. It's okay for you to start from nothing, right? When I started with Subtle Solutions, I started off with literally my iPhone. My mom bought me a Nikon D34 for graduation. And cool, let's go. Let's run with it.
Yeah.
I'm shooting 1080, barely, barely can shoot video, but slowly, progressively just upgrading everything and knowing that it's part of the process. Like you have to learn how to work with nothing to be able to know how to work with all of it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And it's important too, because kind of being clear on my position is hopping into this whole entrepreneurial mindset and self-growth mindset. I'm nowhere near where I want to be in terms of success or anything like that. Still trying to find my way. But I'm reading this book right now, Russell Brunson, and the name of the book is Expert Secrets. And he has this amazing point, and he talks about everybody's an expert at their level. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Catch Me If You Can. It's
crazy, yeah.
Based on a true story. And they say this kid posed as a Harvard professor for a full semester. They said, "How did you do that?" And he said, "It was simple. I only had to read one chapter ahead of my students." And that hit me. That hit me because we talk about trying to motivate people, and it's so easy for people on the outside looking in. Is like, well, okay, you're not wildly successful. You're not known nationwide. Yeah, but I'm happy where I am.
Correct.
I'm happy in life. And if there's a person 1 or 2 steps behind me, my hand is out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. We're better together. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just talking that the other day, we're better together as a whole. When we can hold each other accountable and realize that, hey, we're all going through this together. None of us have this figured out. None of us have this figured out. And if you think you do, you're wrong. I'm just going to let you know right now, you're wrong. There's more to it. Trust me. And it's crazy how, like you said, you're happy with where you're at now. People use the word content, and like, it's kind of somewhat negatively connotated where like, it's just being like stagnant and everything. But it's like, just know where you are now. Yeah. And realize that there's more for you. And you will get more, but you cannot have it tomorrow. Instant gratification is not the key to sustainable income, to wealth, to happiness. If everyone could make $1 million, you know how many times I've got on Google and just Googled how to make a lot of money fast, and then I just close the browser. I'm like, why would it? Everyone has done this. There's probably been 50,000 people that's done this today, right? It's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not supposed to happen today. It's not supposed to happen tomorrow.
Another guy, Patrick Bet David, he dropped a fact talking about what's easy, right? He goes, he said, "Do you know how many people have climbed Mount Everest?" He's like, 4,000 people have climbed Mount Everest. You know how many people become millionaires? Like 1,700 a day become millionaires. He goes, "It is harder to climb Mount Everest than it is to become a millionaire."
It's crazy.
And he does that to put it in perspective, to say, okay, people look at this audacious goal, this huge thing. Oh, you want to be a millionaire. That's so hard. The practicality behind it isn't.
It's not.
I think what a lot of people lose is the patience. They want to be a millionaire tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about being a millionaire in 5 years.
Yeah.
That you can do.
You can do that. It's very feasible, isn't it? Yeah. You could easily write out a plan for that then. Yeah. Huh? But it's about it's about staying to that 5-year plan.
Exactly.
Staying consistent to it. And like with a plan like that, you have to realize that there's room for innovation to adapt. And you may meet a mentor who's going to make it a 4-year plan. Yeah. You may meet a coach who's like, wait, I wrote a 5-year plan. And I realized that 4th to 5th year could have only been 2 months in my 4th year if I would have pushed it a little bit harder. So let's write you a 4-year plan. And you're like, oh.
Yeah. that's your mentor. That's your mentor right now. Ringing the doorbell. If you're listening to this, that's the doorbell. Funny, go ahead and reach out to your mentor.
Yeah,
but
really.
It's amazing you say that 5-year plan, that 4-year plan, because if you think about it, they say life is like a game, right? Remember Mario? Super Brothers, Super Mario
Luigi,
Brothers.
Yep.
Yeah, Luigi, you know that. The very first level, that little Goomba. That little
You got to jump on him.
Yeah. Do you know, out of the whole entire game, you go to the castle, you go to the end, the most dangerous character in that whole game is that little Goomba, right? But I guarantee if you were to pick up if you pick up the sticks and you start the game, you're not going to get eaten by that Goomba.
Yeah.
You know it's there.
You do.
So the whole purpose of a mentor is he's already been through that level.
Correct.
He's going to say, hey man, We're gonna turn on this game. You're gonna hit that jump button.
Look, it's level 1. When it says press start, you just hit A right afterwards.
Yeah, hit that jump button because he's gonna get you because he got me.
Yeah, right.
But that's what mentoring does.
Yeah, that mentor is gonna tell you to press down on that tunnel. You know, those secret tunnels,
right? The whistle.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny.
That's what it's all about. When you talk about coaching, you talk about having the mentorship. It's all about avoiding those mistakes that others have made because a lot of us. I know I'm stubborn. It's easy to be stubborn, and we like to learn the hard way sometimes. Like, you know what? Let me try it.
Through those consequences, right?
Yeah, let me try it. While we're on the topic of mentorship or whatnot, I do want to talk about the dangers of getting your advice and your information from the wrong person. How detrimental to your growth could it be if you get your advice for somebody who hasn't done what you want to do yet?
It's essentially like someone stealing from you almost. Time, you know, your effort, it's disrespectful. It's kind of hard to put it because, you know, when you pick these mentors, they're supposed to be people who you flock to, who you have to hang around. It's like you invite yourself almost to hang out with him, you know, or him or her, whoever it may be. It's like you need that time with them because you can physically, emotionally, you can see, you can feel the growth within you. Right. And I mean, I just want to let you know now, if you have a mentor out there now, and I mean, there's, you know, have a talk with him, really figure out, you know, pick his brain, figure out what his why is about.
Yeah.
You know, figure out why he does what he does, why he does, or why she does what she does. And, you know, break it down with them too, mentor them. You know, at the end of the day, I think we forget that our mentors are people too. They're humans too. And they go through things and they have tough times.
Yeah.
And more often times than not, actually 99% of the time, they're not going to show it. And, you know, 80% of the time, probably a little more there. They have something that they are stressed about.
Yeah.
Something that's on their mind, something that may, you know, keep them up 5 extra minutes at night. And, you know, it's okay for you to be that person for your mentor. It's okay for you to talk to them. Yeah. It's okay for you to be that mentor for him or her. Yeah. You may be younger, you may be older, but it's like they need people too. We all need people.
Establishing a relationship,
correct.
Really.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is, because most of the time when you have that mentor, you have that coach, they're in your corner. They want to see you win. Your prosperity is their prosperity, and vice versa, realistically. You know, and while we're on it, kind of wrapping up here, we got about 3 minutes. Want to touch on some main points for anybody listening, and they might have the list of goals and things that they want to do. Let's give them some practical and applicable advice in reaching out and finding mentors. Yeah.
So I would say, so my video I did on Friday was like the 17th challenge. My challenge Friday was talking about reaching out to a mentor, or reaching out to someone, not even a mentor, just someone who's positive, someone who influences you, someone who you can literally see that they can change somebody. And do this. Fist pump them.
Yeah. Don't ask for anything.
Just don't ask for nothing.
Give them props.
Fist pump them.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate you. Look, if there's literally, tell them what you do. Introduce yourself. My name's Andre, and I do content marketing in Greenville. We do, you know, photography, videography, drone service. We do everything. You know, if there's anything we can help you with, please let me know.
Yeah.
Like, you've done enough with me that I can't repay you. Just please let me know.
Yeah. First and foremost, offer that value.
Offer that value for that person. Exactly.
Yeah.
For your mentorship, for your mentor. You don't want to have a mentor and you offer nothing for them. You want to be valuable to them, right? And just offer that service for them. Offer whatever it may be. It may just be a hug. Give them a hug.
Well, more often than not, that person that you're reaching out to, they get reached out to by everybody else.
Correct. Yeah.
Who are coming to them with their hand out. Like, hey, can you give me this?
Yeah. What'd you do for that? What'd you do for your first 100,000? Can you tell me? Just tell me, right?
Yeah. So by offering value first.
And I will say this, there's also, you have to realize, you know, people are busy at the end of the day. Yeah. People have lives. People have other families. People have other priorities at the end of the day, you know? Just because you reach out to one person does not mean, do not stop. If they don't respond, don't stop. That doesn't mean you can have more than one mentor.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. You can have a sphere, a group of solid individuals who all towards the same goal. You know, like that's okay.
And here's the reality of it is if you're reaching out to a mentor, you're reaching out to somebody and you don't hear back. How many of us have gotten a text message from a friend? We look at it, we answer it in our heads, right?
Yeah.
We
literally
answer it in our heads.
Literally.
We put the phone in our pocket and we put it down because we're doing something. I'll get back to him in a second. 2-3 hours goes by and you get that follow-up text like, hey man, like, you're not going to respond. I know you read it.
I saw the receipts. Yeah, right.
But we do that to our friends. We ghost our friends sometimes by accident. So you imagine these mentors that you're reaching out to, them having as much on their plate that they have. It's easy for them to see your message, have the best intentions of getting back to you when they can,
Accidentally
and they simply forget. So don't give up.
Yeah,
at
absolutely.
At the first message.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't give up. I mean, I was reaching out. I remember Charles was like I want to say he was like the third person I reached out to. And, you know, he responded. We talked, he told me to come by the office. I ended up talking to him for, you know, 3 hours. And it was like, it's crazy. You know, like I was supposed to come by there. He was like, hey man, I got a little 30-minute block for you. So. And we just talked and it was like, I looked at my watch and I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I gotta go. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm out of time.
Yeah. Like, I know I've used too much of your time already. Like, I've already, you know, but it's crazy how we were just so, like, the energy in the room was so just there.
The vibes.
You know? And I remember Charles, he actually texted me later that day and was like, what are you doing later this week? We need to hang out. And I was like, I was looking at my phone. What? He was like, you made me realize we need to do more.
Yeah.
That there's more we all can do. And realize that there's more you can do. There's more that I can do. There's more that we all can do.
A lot of times these mentors, man, they see themselves in the
crazy.
mentees. And it's kind of like, it's nostalgia for them. Like, oh man, I remember when I was back there, and, you know, I was hungry and it reignites that fire. Like, oh man, I need to keep this mentee around. They keep me accountable. Can't catch me slipping.
Yeah.
If somebody's listening to this right now and they're under the impression that they don't need a life coach, they don't need a mentor, like, I'm good, I got this. What do you tell them?
It'll come a time. They'll come around. I'm not, because it's a matter of, I mean, you think about it, your first 18 years of life, your parents mentored you. Whoever was your parent, guardian, they mentored you. You were told what to do. A mentor in the same way, it's essentially the same thing. They're telling you what to do. Yeah. It's whether you choose to realize that you don't have it figured out, that you don't know it all, that you can still be a student as an adult, that you can still educate yourself, right? Yeah. And better yourself. And when you realize that, that's the first step. Like you said, when you said just a minute ago, you said reaching out to people. Don't stop. I'm like, if you're reaching out to a mentor, well, you got it like 90% figured out. Like you have identified the problem, what you need to do to fix it. You've been taking initiative to fix it. Law of averages are playing in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Like they are on your side right now. Trust me. Yeah. Like keep at it and it is on the way. Trust me. Reach out to me. I'll help you find one. Trust me. Yeah. And it's great. Like, and if anyone's listening to this, if you're looking for a mentor in any type of field, reach out to me. I'll help you find one. I may not know one, but I know someone who will know one. Trust me.
We have the technology.
Yeah. We have the technology. Trust me. So yeah, that's crazy. And like, you know, for those people, I would just say take the first step. Really take the first step and sit down and realize that, you know, come to terms with yourself. Like, do you really have it figured out? Are you where you want to be in life? And are you on that path, you know?
Because, I mean, when you talk in the world of, you don't like to compare yourself to others, but if you look in the mirror, see where you're at, and you're like, I got it good, I got this, I got that. There's somebody out there that has it better. And if you want it better, if you're hungry and you're ambitious, why not learn from that person?
Correct.
So check that ego. Definitely take that jump. Reach out, not just to one, not just to two. Reach out to somebody that's in your field, crushing it. And definitely don't be shy. We always say this all the time. I say, let's grow. You say,
let's be great.
All right. No rainbows. Andre, appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Again, reach out to that mentor, that life coach. You're following them on Instagram. You're liking their pictures. Don't be afraid of those DMs. Hop up in it and get yourself to those goals that you want to accomplish.
Absolutely, man. That 1% will change your life.
Yes, sir. Let's grow.
Yes, sir.